Hello my dear students and welcome to today's class. As you can see on your screens also, today we are going to do with lesson number 10 and the chapter is electric current and circuits. So, before I start the chapter, let me tell you what all we are going to do today. I am going to tell you about electric current, electric switch and electric torch. Okay. So, let us start the chapter now. Children, from morning to night, okay. You cannot imagine even for a single moment to live without electricity because of whatever appliances we are using in a day-to-day life, it gets its electric current from the electricity. Okay. So, let us start the chapter now. Many of the devices and machines that we use in a day-to-day life needs electricity to operate. That is very true. You cannot run the machines without electricity. All the machines, they need electricity to run. Okay. In today's world, one cannot imagine life without electricity. Electric bulbs, refrigerators, air conditioners, mixers all work on electricity. Electricity flows in the form of electric current. How is electricity flowing? It is flowing in the form of electric current. Okay. So, in this chapter, we are going to learn about electric current, children. So, let us start. What is electric current? Electricity flows through objects in the form of electric current. All machines and appliances that need electricity to run allow electric current to pass through them. Home appliances such as electric iron, television, refrigerator, electric bulb, air conditioner, everything they need electricity to run. Okay, the machines which allow the electric current to pass through them works on electricity. Okay. So, coming to the next one. If we see an electric bulb closes, we will be notice a thin filament of metal wire in it. This metal wire heats up when electricity passes through it. The heating is so strong that the filament starts to glow. This filament is made of tungsten. Okay. Whenever you switch off the bulb, you can see a thin filament is there and that is made up of tungsten. The moment you switch you let the current pass through it, the filament starts glowing and that emits the light. Fine. Now, what are the sources of electric current? A device which can produce an electric current is called the source of electric current. There are different sources, okay, like the cells and batteries as well as the plug points. Okay. So, the most common type of cells that is used for producing electricity is called the dry cell. So, we will study about the first one is dry cell. What is a dry cell? It is the most common source of electricity when required in small amounts. A dry cell has a container made up of zinc. So, the container is made up of zinc and this zinc container is lined inside with a paste of ammonium chloride. Inside this layer of ammonium chloride is present another container which is made up of cardboard and has tiny holes in it. This inner container has a powdered mixture of carbon and magnesium dioxide. A chemical reaction takes place between the components of inner container with the ammonium chloride through the holes present in the cardboard. So, this is the way how the dry cell works. Am I clear? Okay. Now, one thing very important, the outer zinc container is sealed and the dry cell is packed. In every device which produces current, two ends are present where the conduction wire is attached to draw electric current. One is called the negative end and the other one is called the positive end. Always there would be two ends, positive and negative. Fine. Now, the next one is electric cells. Electric cells used as a source of electricity are of two types, primary cells and secondary cells. Primary cells can be used only once, whereas secondary cells can be used again and again by recharging. Primary cells, they are used only once, but if I talk about secondary cells, they can be recharged and used again and again. The dry cell is an example of a primary cell. Example of secondary cells are those in laptops, mobile, car, batteries, etc. Solar cells are also used for generating electricity. Okay. So now moving to the next page. The next topic is flow of electric current. How does this current flow? For an electric device to run, electric current should be flowing through it. Following conditions are to be fulfilled to generate flow of electric current. First, a source of electric current should be present. Either it can be a cell, it can be anything, but a source of electric current should be present. Second is a wire made up of metal that will allow the current to pass through it should be present. Third, a long wire which starts from one end of the source, runs through the appliances and returns to the other end of the source should be present. As you can see in this diagram also, this is very simple, just go through it. Okay. Now, the components such as cell, wires, bulbs, switches, etc. are components of electric circuit. They can be described by its symbol. Now, the first one is a simple electric circuit. Okay. An electric circuit is the path in which current flows. When a bulb is connected with the help of two wires to the two ends of a dry cell, an electric circuit is formed. This electric circuit allows the flow of electric current and thus electric bulb glows. Electric current will only flow from one bulb to a second bulb if there is no break in the electric circuit. Whenever the break is going to be there, the current would stop there and there only. So, if you want the flow should be there should be no break in the wire. We can also say that electric current passes through only a closed circuit. The flow of electric current is always from the positive end to the negative end. It will flow from positive to negative one. Flow from positive to negative one. Fine. Now, moving to the next page. This is an activity, you can just read through it, how to make a simple circuit. Okay, just go through it. There is nothing much to explain in this. Now, the next topic is electric switch. Yes, you can see on your screens also. Electric switches are present in our homes, schools and offices. They are used to turn on and off the electricity supply to an electric machine. You must have got switches. Whenever you want to turn any machine on, you switch it on, and when you want to close, you switch it off. Fine. How is the working? Now, I will tell you the working of an electric switch. An electric switch opens and closes an electric circuit. When an electric circuit is open, the flow of electric current stops. Thus, when we switch off an appliance, we are disconnecting the circuit and leaving it open so that electricity does not pass through it. Whenever you are switching it on, what happens? When the moment you switch it on, the break which was there, it comes back to its original place, the wire, and the electric current starts flowing. Okay. Similarly, when the electric circuit closes, the flow of electric current starts and the appliances start working. This is the state when the switch is on. Switch is also referred as to key. Okay. Now, to the next one. Again, there is an activity which tells you how to make an electric switch. You can just go through it. Now, we will be talking about electric torch, which is the last topic now. All of us have electric torch in our home. That is very sure. In case the light is not there, what do? We want to get immediate light, we switch on the torch. So, we use this when there is current failure. Let us understand how an electric torch works. An electric torch has two or more dry cells inside it which acts as a source of electric current in it. The dry cells are connected to each one other and finally to a bulb which we can see from outside. There is also a switch present on the torch. When we switch it on, the electric circuit closes and the current starts to flow. This current flows through the bulb and heats up the tungsten filament, which then starts growing. Then, when we switch off the torch, the circuit opens, stopping the flow of current. Children, this is very simple how the torch works with a dry cell. Even the bulb has got a tungsten as I told you, the moment it opens, it starts glowing, and from that glow we get the light. Okay. Now, conductors and insulators. What are conductors and what are insulators? Conductors are materials that allow electricity or electric current to pass through them, and all metals, they are good conductors. Okay. Now, what are insulators? Insulators, materials which do not allow electricity or electric current to pass through them are insulators. Rubber, wood, glass, plastic, pure water and dry air are example of insulators. So, now there is one more activity to find out whether the given material is a conductor or an insulator. You can just go through it. Now, moving to the next one. What are the safety measures to be followed in case we are doing some electric work? Okay, because electricity is also very dangerous. It can take off your lives also. So, children, whenever you are using any electrical appliance, you should take proper care. Okay. Although electricity is very useful for us and helps us in many of our daily activities, it is equally dangerous if not handled with care and precaution. We should never play with electric wires and sockets. While doing experiments with dry cell, we should take care of not connecting the two ends of the cell directly through a conducting wire. Children, whenever you are using electricity, please be very careful. It can be very dangerous also. So, with this I end the chapter. I hope you have all understood. Thank you and have a nice day.